Everybody. We're here starting a live stream today, and we're just gonna talk about a topic that has hit the news recently. It's pretty interesting.
For sure.
I found it pretty interesting. It's been happening to many celebrities nowadays, and the topic at hand is Farruko. But before we get to that topic, let's present ourselves. So my name is Emmanuel, the Alba. You probably seen me preach this Sunday. I preached this Sunday, so that's my name. Present yourself, Anderson.
I'm here. I'm Anderson Sandoval. I'm glad to be here with you all. Estoy muy contento de estar aquí con todos ustedes. And about your preaching, it was fire, bro. Let me tell you that.
Thanks, man.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah, bro. But anyway, so let's talk about the topic. We're talking about Farruko. So if you guys don't know who Farruko is, you explain him better because I don't really know.
Okay,
it's this guy right here, by the way.
So Farruko, his name is Carlos Reyes, aka Farruko, for those that only know him from his for his music.
Right.
You know? So, and what can I tell you about Farruko? Farruko, he's been an artist for I will say at least 20 years already.
20 years?
Yeah,
Dang.
his career has been great. Worldly talking makes sense.
Right.
So have hits. Last year in the peak of his career, he was the number one song worldwide, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one? What song was that?
I really don't know.
Was it Pepas? I just know Pepas.
I believe it was Pepas. I'm not really sure. Or Pepas was one of his last releases, but he been having a bright career, worldly talking.
Really? Dang, bro. I don't really know about him. When I heard of the news about him, it was when my mom actually she came up to me and she's like, "Oh, do you know who Farruko is?" And I was like, "I don't no idea who Farruko is." And she's like, "Oh yeah, well he's like a rapper and well, not a rapper, reggaeton, right?
Yeah,
basically reggaeton."
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh," and she showed me a video of his tour, and he instead of making his tour, he preached the gospel, right? That's what he did. He preached it instead,
That was a big bomb for a lot of people. It surprised me specifically because I know Farruko for a while already, and what I can tell about him is even though he's a believer, he has never been that Christian. You will never personally, I will never see him as someone that was gonna be preaching the gospel, if that makes sense.
I mean, the only reason I brought you for this topic is because first of all, because of Farruko, I don't really know who that is. I don't really listen to, like I said, reggaeton. So that's why I brought you, and I was like, bro, I'm just gonna bring him because he knows more about.
When you texted me though, I was like, my boy, you came to the right person.
Yeah, I just straight up hit you up on Messenger. I was like, bro, who Farruko is? And you're like, oh yeah, you came to the right person. I was like, heck yeah, bro. Yeah, bro, that's crazy though. But wait, but what kind of tell me about his journey though, because you probably know a little bit more of his journey.
Well, yeah. I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys at home, ustedes chicos en casa saben quién José Feliciano is. One of the first songs that I remember about him, it was one called Su hija me gusta with José Feliciano, which was a great song though. But you will know that back in the days using swear words, even though it was reggaeton, it was kind of a taboo still.
Yeah, right.
So he was, even though it was still urban music, he would not swear in his songs too much.
He wouldn't swear at all.
Yeah. No,
really? Yeah. He was just trying to get away from that, or
I don't know if it was because of the taboo at that time. Because nowadays they don't care. You can listen to Arcángel, Bad Bunny, and another reggaetoneros or rappers, and they're gonna swear straight up and they don't care. But back in the days, was still kind of a taboo. They'll be more careful with the words that they would use.
Oh dang!
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Well, that was how even not really in English. In the English one, it was they started swearing by the 90s already.
Oh yeah,
Tupac
you
and
tell, Ice Cube,
Wu-Tang,
all
of them started swearing, but it's different in reggaeton.
Yeah, because you will say as you might know, Hispanic community has, and more in Latin America though, have always our parents at least have always been heard about Christ and all that, and the 10 Commandments, and you won't swear because that's a sin or stuff like that. So they might be because of those things. That might me stay away from them.
Oh, okay. So that was just like a bad thing. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where was he one of the first to start swearing in the reggaeton?
I don't know, because like I remember one it was a group of reggaetoneros, if I'm not wrong. It was Baby Rasta Gringo or Jaweli Randy, that they were in that time that they were swearing already.
Dang.
If you guys asking why does this guy know a lot about this topic, I've never been Christian like since I was a kid. Okay, I was Christian like already when I was like 17, 18. So
Dang.
I got my past.
But all right, but so yeah, I remember you texted me that he actually had some songs with some Christian rappers.
Yeah.
Like so like
No, he's Manny Montes.
With Manny Montes?
Yeah. He did the choir for one of his songs. He sung, if I'm not wrong, it's called Conoce la Historia.
And he was the choir for that. Like he sang in there?
Yeah, he sang in that song. And the song mainly talk about the journey as a Christian of many people criticizing many Christians criticizing other Christians because of their beginnings, you know?
Oh, really? So it's just about that, basically.
Yeah, pretty much about that. But if you think about it, it was kind of like un preámbulo para todo lo que le iba a pasar a Farruko. Because like now we need to know his story to see what he's going to go through. Because going from like being that reggaetonero to become a Christian and try to keep doing music, but now in a different way, it's going to be hard for him.
Yeah. And especially like the fact that like when the news hit, he went from like, I heard that they were going to sing the song Pepa. Mm-hmm. And then instead of singing that song, he refused to sing it. And he instead preached the gospel. He was like, I'm not going to sing that song. Yeah. He's like, didn't he like apologize for like his song?
He even said sorry about the lyrics of that song. Because like, you know, like I was telling you, like it was a taboo back in the days swearing that much in the music.
Yeah. So it was a taboo. And then he's like, oh, I apologize for like, even probably like hurting some of your children, right? Wouldn't he say that?
Yeah, because like what his song was talking about pretty much, it was like Pepa. It's one drug. Like I don't know the name in English. Not gonna lie, but like it's una pastilla, and he was saying like you need those pills to be happy. Pretty much.
That's what he was trying to say in the song.
That's what he was trying to say in the song. So you know like the impact the music having people.
Right. Yeah, it has a lot of impact.
Yeah. Like, vas a hacer prácticamente lo que tú escuchas.
Yeah, dang. And it basically, like, I like to compare it to like, even what Kanye has happened to even Kanye West. Like and it's a really controversial topic, but some people believe that's like, Kanye West is not a Christian. Some people say like, even like, what's his name? Justin Bieber. And that guy. And I'm like, well, it just depends, but like a lot of them has said like, oh yeah, but like I'm coming from singing these type of songs, doing these things, and changing from what I used to sing, like drugs, sex, money, and now that I sing like about Christ, for example, Kanye West, he dropped an album called Jesus is King, and I love that song. I love that album. I even listened to Donda. Donda was pretty Christian. I have some of his songs on my playlist. But many people criticize Kanye West and Justin Bieber, saying like maybe they're not Christian, maybe they are or not.
Yeah.
And but what do you think about Farruko? Do you think he's like is for sure converted, or do you feel like something's different?
Here's what I think, and here on Héctor el Father, Héctor Delgado, conocidamente ahora como el pastor Héctor Delgado.
Right.
He was having an interview in this podcast called Molusco.
Right.
Which I really congratulate that guy because he's been doing an amazing job in the Hispanic community, inviting a lot of Christian people. So I congratulate that guy. But like what I'm trying to say here is like, lo que dijo Héctor el Father es que ¿cómo puede que no sea cierto if you're on the peak of your career and all of a sudden you said, you know what? This is not it. This is not right. In the peak of your career to say, this is not right is because something had changed in you.
Right.
That's what I believe.
That's true. I mean, that makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. Obviously, this has just barely hit the news. We barely just know like everything all just happened.
And like, we're going to know like his up and downs. We're going to know his up and downs because sadly, every Christian have up and downs.
Yeah.
But people like Farruko, Kanye West, Almighty, Justin Bieber, they're always gonna be talking about them, and people gonna be always waiting for them to fail.
Yeah, especially that they're so famous.
Yeah.
Like imagine you were like famous and then you became Christian. Everybody's gonna be watching you.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be watching you, making sure that if you're gonna fall or they're just like they expect so much from some people that are famous. That they shouldn't be putting so much respect on them.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think they should be doing that at all. But yeah, have you seen the interview, the video that Almighty has put in, or like, have you seen that video that he put out about that?
I haven't seen his late video, like the most recent one, but something I've seen, it was a video that he has on YouTube, and he's saying that he can, like, at the beginning of Almighty's career, Farruko was there for him,
Yeah. So.
And when Almighty start being Christian, Farruko, I believe that this is what he texted him. Is like, are you ready to join the winning team?
Dang. So yeah, because of the Christian.
Yeah. Sadly, okay, so like this is something that a lot of people, you guys might know about this. If you are in the Hispanic community, talking about like knowing a little bit about that, you're gonna know about this because of course Almighty has a big impact in the Hispanic community, in music community. So at the beginning of his career, Farruko was helping him out.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Almighty?
So, yeah, let's say like Farruko was kind of like he's a sponsor at the beginning, kind of like that.
Oh, so it was like heck helping out. And
yeah.
Everything. Yeah. Before we keep talking, guys, you can, if whoever's watching, everybody's watching, comment and text or comment and like if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook. You should also like the YouTube on Facebook. It would help us out a lot. Actually, if you're on YouTube, you should like it. You should like it because this guy's about to like it, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna like it right now.
And so if you like it, it actually pushes the algorithm up. So if you like it, it notices that, and YouTube notices that people are liking it, so you like it, and it pushes it up to recommend to other people. It shows it to them that you'll like it, so other people that are similar to you will like it. Facebook also, if it has more engagement, if you share it, if you comment, it will help us a lot, and to share this this podcast that we're starting today. But anyway, back to the topic. And what Farruko and who else was he? Is he talking to anybody that's Christian that you know of? Have you
Brian Caro. I don't know if you know about this preacher.
Nah.
Brian Caro, he's like a really, I believe, I'm not sure if he's Puerto Rican or Dominican, but he's of course from those islands. He's a big preacher in the Hispanic community, and at the end of his concert, he was praying for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was like a really beautiful moment, I will say, for Farruko, because like coming from that, like esa riquezas, like that you had in the world,
right,
and getting to know what God has for you.
Yeah.
Like, cause he was broken, dude. Like if you watch the video of his concert, like he was crying at the end of his concert.
For real, like that first time.
Mm-hmm.
But he was in a tour basically, right? Didn't he say that he's gonna preach in every single one, like even if nobody goes?
Yeah, I mean,
he's gonna preach in every single one.
What I was listening to his concert, when I was listening to his concert, because of course we needed some research for this topic,
Right.
He was like, I had an encounter with God, and now I know that without him we're nothing. Like, so he gonna preach, and like if you go to the word, that the word says that if we don't preach, the animals will preach, the rocks will preach.
Yeah.
So like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if people go and or not go to his concerts, because he's doing his will, the will of God.
Yeah.
Preaching the gospel and all that. And believe it or not, I was talking to my dad actually about it a couple of days ago.
Right.
And he was prophesying on him. He was like, you might think that this is the end of his career, But I prophesy that he will go up from here, and I'm like,
honestly, I
man,
think it's
like,
more of the beginning of his career.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's more of like his beginning. It's like, you know, I think it's better to like turn from your sin and turn to Christ instead of like, you know, be like, oh dang, that sucks. This guy used to be like really good, and now it's gonna be worse for him. Nah, I think it's like even better than that.
Yeah.
He's even received like heck of backlash from his fans.
oh yeah,
Like-
yeah. You have no idea how much hate messages he will receive, dude. Like,
yeah, he's well. I seen some of the comments that he's had. One of them was like, you know, it's all great that he said that. It's all great that he mentioned that he's Christian, whatever. You know, they think it's fine. Some people, and then we're like, yeah, but we didn't come here to get it preached at. That's what they said.
yeah.
But to a sense, I agree with that. Do you agree with that or not really? Like,
I mean, if you bought a ticket to go to Farruko's concert, is to go see Farruko
yeah,
and whatever he's performing.
right,
If he's performing alabanzas, like, you pay to see him.
right.
So, like, sadly, if that wasn't what you were expecting, you already paid for it, and believe it or not, you're there for a reason, I believe.
Yeah,
Because I heard, I was listening to this video, and I was watching some of the comments, and this guy was like, how come you're not gonna sing pepas, and instead of that you're gonna be preaching to me?
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
But I mean, yeah, for me, like if I wasn't Christian, like I think it's like to a point where I'm like, yeah, like I agree with them. Like they did pay for him to sing Pepa. They did pay for him to like do a real concert instead of like preaching the gospel.
Yeah.
And in a sense, I do agree with that. But he responded to those fans, and he was like telling them like, oh yeah, you're right. You know, you guys did pay for that, but if I will preach anyway, even if no one goes, if it's only one person, I'll still preach. And he said he will give them back the money. He'll refund them the money, right? That's what he said. Like he made sure he's gonna refund the money. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't knew about that actually. And
Yeah, he said that he will refund the money. And he said that he would just keep doing it even if like no one goes. I was like, legit, like that's legit, like that's sick.
Yeah.
Like I think that's still good. I think though people will still go even though that's all happening. Like I think people will end up going anyway just because of the hype. Like for this next his next a concert, I think people will still be going anyway, to be honest. I don't know what you think. Do you think people will go?
Yeah, people will always be there because, like you were saying, the hype. And believe it or not, he's always been like, in a way, he has always preached in his music, or at least thank God for everything he had, or he has, I mean. Porque en la cultura latinoamericana,
Right.
that's something that happens a lot, you know?
Right.
Like, maybe what are you doing is not the best thing, but like you always gonna be thankful for that, you know, in a way.
Right.
Probably is the wrong way to do it, but we are, at least in my country, like I've seen like bad people saying like, "Sí, gracias a Dios," and I'm like, "What you mean, my boy?"
Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah, you're right, because like the Hispanic community is a little bit more open to God.
Yeah.
And so they'll just be like, okay, well, I'll be down to check out what he's trying to say and things about God, what he's going to try to say. So I think you're right. I think I think his concerts will still be full. I think his concerts would be thing. But yeah, so yeah, this is our first podcast today about Farruko. First of all, I want to we should pray for Farruko.
Oh yeah,
we should
of
definitely
course.
pray for his journey. He's still in that movement of he's still in the midst of like all that people like
right now he's gonna go through a lot right now.
Yeah,
like this is the beginning and it's like the worst part.
Yeah, it's just the beginning, and it's just like, I know the beginning always is hard, even as us beginning Christians. I even remember when I first started being Christian, I fell into like sin, and I fell into going back to doing drugs and stuff like that. So we got to definitely pray for this guy. He's in the middle of that. He's in the middle of all that things. And so, yeah, that's what I believe. And I don't know if you have any last words for the people that's watching us.
Well, share the video, guys. Like, we're gonna start having so many topics about urban music and so many other topics, which is going to be just great. I'm really excited for what we're gonna have. And I believe that if Farruko did this, a lot of people gonna start changing too. Not just for the fact that it was Farruko, but it's also for the fact that he's gonna start preaching, and his level of hype is just like way too up. So like él está tan arriba que lo que él diga, mucha gente lo va a seguir haciendo.
Right.
Porque like if you listen to Pepas, like a lot of people start doing that all of a sudden, this and this, blah blah blah. And now he's doing something different.
Yeah.
And the people that follow him to death, because like, you know, like when you were a Kanye fan and all that, or,
right.
or Tupac, they start hating like these other rappers because Tupac was dead, and all the hype that was like, no, this rapper killed this one.
Right.
And it was like gangs against gangs.
Right.
It's gonna be the same thing, you know. It's gonna be like, okay, I'm with this guy to death, and he's following Christ. I'm gonna follow his God.
His God probably, or even look into it. Maybe not become like super Christian, but it will make a lot of people look into it.
Be open to the idea, you know,
of being fully Christian, fully. If he did it, then maybe I should do it. You know, I don't think that. Yeah, well, thank you everybody for watching us here on YU Podcast today. Thank you for watching us, and I hope that you guys commented. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll be bringing you more topics, more things like this. And just hit that like button and comment. And thank you for joining us.